Welcome to another day in God's Word and the Alive Church Life Transformation Bible Discipleship Plan. These readings are accessible through Amazon Music and Alexa, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Find out more at alivechurch.com. This week in our Life Transformation readings, we focus on perseverance. I will persevere and finish the race. In the same way a runner strains with every effort toward the finish line, I will press on toward the goal of knowing Jesus fully. When I'm periodically tempted with thoughts about quitting, I will renew my commitment to press on toward the goal of being like Him. I am a dedicated runner in the life of faith. I will persevere, and I will finish the race. I've chosen to follow Jesus no matter what the cost, and as a result, I will persevere. I will listen to God's Word, I will obey God's Word, and I will allow God's Word to take root in my heart and life. Even when others refuse to believe God's Word, I will believe. I will always act on His Word and will not allow the worries and things of this world to crowd God out of my heart and life. I will persevere and finish the race. My response to difficulties and trials will always be positive and joyful because of my confidence in Jesus and His presence. I will not resent trials as intruders, but rather welcome them as friends. My attitude is one of pure joy, not in anticipation of trials, but joy during trials. My response is not based on emotions, nor am I pretending to be happy. My response is a decision based on faith rather than feelings, and that faith comes from seeing life through God's perspective. God's purpose in allowing any trial or testing in my life is to develop complete maturity in me. Therefore, I will persevere and finish the race. This perseverance is not passive submission to circumstances, but rather a strong and active response. I will not simply just endure, but I will experience quality growth in my faith as I face storms. It is not just an attitude for withstanding trials, but the ability to overcome and turn them into glory. The testing of my faith produces endurance and is an opportunity to prove all I've learned and that my faith in Jesus is genuine. Through testing, I become stronger and purer. It is not a matter of whether or not I have faith, but rather, with each trial, my faith is strengthened in perseverance. Therefore, I will remain faithful to the end. I will keep my focus on Jesus. He is my example of perseverance. Because of the joy awaiting Him, He endured the cross. He is the one who perfects my faith. His desire is that faithful perseverance will generate wholeness in me. He is the one who began a good work in me, and He will continue His work until it is finished on the day He returns. He is producing a deeper, more certain faith in me and has given me the power of His Spirit to live more effectively. I will not look away from Him to myself or my circumstances. I am wholeheartedly committed to God and to His power. I will persevere, and I will finish the race. As we continue our topic of perseverance this week, discipline is certainly a portion of that. Day 3, don't despise discipline. We're reading in Hebrews 12. Read the entire chapter. We're going to pick up selected verses, beginning in verse 6. For the Lord disciplines those He loves, and He punishes each one He accepts as His child. As you endure this divine discipline, remember that God is treating you as His own children. Who ever heard of a child who is never disciplined by its father? If God doesn't discipline you as He does all of His children, it means that you are illegitimate and are not really His children at all. Since we respected our earthly fathers who disciplined us, shouldn't we submit even more to the discipline of the Father of our spirits and live forever? For our earthly fathers disciplined us for a few years, doing the best they knew how, but God's discipline is always good for us, so that we might share in His holiness. No discipline is enjoyable while it's happening. It's painful. But afterward, there will be a peaceful harvest of right living for those who are trained in this way. 1 Corinthians 9:24-27. Don't you realize that in a race, everyone runs, but only one person gets the prize? So run to win. All athletes are disciplined in their training. They do it to win a prize that will fade away, but we do it for an eternal prize. So I will run with purpose in every step. I am not just shadowboxing. I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. Otherwise, I fear that after preaching to others, I myself might be disqualified. Proverbs 3:11-12. My child, don't reject the Lord's discipline, and don't be upset when He corrects you, for the Lord corrects those He loves, just as a father corrects a child in whom He delights. Our memory verse this week's 1 Timothy 6:11 and 12. But you, Timothy, are a man of God, so run from all these evil things. Pursue righteousness and a godly life, along with faith, love, perseverance, and gentleness. We're honored to be able to provide these daily readings for you. It's a key ministry from Alive Church in Tucson. Find out more about Alive Church at alivechurch.com. Have a great day.